just finished When in Rome. This book is such a slow burn. It's killing me. I still have not gotten love yet. Ooh, I put too much on. I feel like I'm in the mood for romance, but I don't know. I know I look insane. Don't even get me started on the past like 2 weeks of stuff I had to deal with. Yesterday I had to go to the hospital to had a very bad allergic reaction to an antibiotic I was on for like 2 weeks, so please don't mind my appearance. I have stuff all over me. So I just got home from college a few days ago, last Thursday. I just got back, so I've been able to finally read now that finals are over. I just started a book last night in the hospital because I was like, I literally don't want to go on my phone. I have nothing else to do. I'm bored, I feel like crap, let's pick up a book. But the purpose of today's video is to get through and finish my reading goal for 2024. I have yet to finish or like reach a reading goal that I've set for myself. I've only been reading for the past like 3 years, and I've gotten increasingly like better at reading more books. But I do not read a ton because I still am a full-time student and I do work and I am an athlete. It's a little difficult to read all the time, but I am trying to do better and read more often. Goodreads, my reading goal is, I think I'm 11 books out of 15. My reading goal is 15, so that's 4 books I need to read. I picked up a book that one is a holiday read, but 2, I recently bought myself because I love anything Lauren Asher. Loved her so very, very much. But then I saw she was coming out with her very first Christmas book, and I was like, you're kidding. Like, you're joking. Like, you're kidding. Honestly, no other Christmas books were like gonna like do me justice or like do good because like Lauren Asher put out one. So like of course that's the only one I want to read. So this is My December Darling. Look at how cute it is. And then I'm kind of already like 60-ish pages through, and like some things on the cover are making a lot of sense. It's a very, very short book. It's under 300 pages, so I think it's very doable for a first book and also for me to get back into reading. This book is about Catalina and Luke. Her sister is getting married to her ex-boyfriend. Her ex-boyfriend's best friend is his maid of groom. What's the male version of best man? Oh god. So Luke is her sister's fiance, aka her ex-boyfriend's best man. Luke is that best man. And Catalina is maid of honor. So they're kind of working closely together, and they kind of start to notice that they have feelings for one another. But Catalina doesn't like being home. She hates it, to be quite frank with you, and she's always moving around. Luke is a doctor, and then she's a nurse, and so she's kind of moving around a lot, and that's like January 1st, she's going to be back to doing what she does, which is like a physician or like a nurse physician that like always is traveling. I don't remember what those are called exactly. It's good so far. It's definitely got my attention. It's super fast paced. I think because it's short, it's helping just like Lauren Asher she's just hitting the gas. She's just hitting the gas. Super good so far, and I'm learning a lot about the characters like on an emotional level as well, and I'm only like 60 pages through, so that's really good, and I feel like the pacing is really nice. Go ahead and start reading some more of this because I'm gonna have a lazy day. I'm beat up. I just want to relax and read this book. I thought I would talk and chit chat with you guys really quickly about my final thoughts on My December Darling by Lauren Asher because I finished it last night. So I really, really liked the book. I think it was the perfect book for me to kind of get back into reading, but also semi into the holiday spirit because Christmas is literally next week for me. I don't know when this video is going up, but Christmas is coming way too fast, let's just say that. I barely got Christmas shopping done because of finals, and I've been very, very sick, so I haven't been able to do really any Christmas shopping. My December Darling, I'm going to rate like 4 stars. I think it was a really good book. I don't think it's like, it's a novella. I don't think it's deserving of like a 5-star rating because it's not like a legit like book with like super big plot or super big really anything, but I do think it was like better than average, and it's probably like one of the better Christmas books. I feel like it was really quick, which I feel like a Christmas book should be. I do not think a Christmas book should be like over like 400 or 500 pages. I just feel like a Christmas book should be kind of short and sweet, and that's exactly what My December Darling was. I do think it lacked a little bit in the sense of like Christmas. I think that honestly I don't even remember what happened the Christmas day. Like, I have no idea. I was more like captivated with like the small town rather than like the Christmas spirit. I don't think it was talked about too much. Honestly, I don't even remember. I think I mostly just remember like New Year's, which I guess is part of the holidays, obviously. But there wasn't so much Christmas. There's more about the wedding of the sister. If you were looking for like really Christmassy, I really wouldn't go for My December Darling. I think it's a really cute romance though. So, I mean, I'm gonna recommend it all day, and I do love Lauren Asher's writing. There was one spicy scene. I do think their relationship formed very quickly, and I think it, I mean, obviously it's a short book, so it kind of had to be like this, but if you're looking for like kind of realistic love, I don't think you're gonna get that with My December Darling. I think it happened quite quickly, probably because it's basically the only plot of the book, which I'm yet again not complaining about. I'm just telling you my thoughts. I think overall it was a good book. I'm still kind of in between a 3 and a 4. Right now on my GoodReads it's a 4, just because that's how I felt right after. Why does my light do that? I don't know. It was just very fast paced, and I feel like it lacked a little bit of details, but I liked it. So I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to like really give y'all my honest thoughts. I'm also trying to get better at like reviewing the books that I'm reading and like kind of describing them to you better, and I don't know if I'm doing that well. Oh, I put too much on. I put too much on. Last night I got done reading at about like midnight, I would say. So I kind of tried to go look for books, and then I wasn't really feeling any books. I was gonna buy a book because it sounded cute. It was like One Day in December. It was another romance because I'm also into romance right now. I mean, when am I not into romance? Like, let's be so for real. I like don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of like lost with what I want to read next. I also have like stuff to do today, so I don't think I'm gonna get any reading in done today. Probably mostly tomorrow or Friday, and then into this weekend. I kind of want another fast-paced book because I'm not about to sit here through 500, 400 pages. Like, I'm just not in the mood for that. So we'll see. I'm rushing to get ready right now. That's kind of why I'm all over the place. So I hope the summary of the book and everything made sense. I overall really liked it. I love the characters, and I have been thinking about them on and off today. So yeah, rate it a 4 for right now, and I will continue this video when I figure out what I want to read next. Okay guys, I really am in the mood to read, but I have like no idea what exactly I want to read. I feel like I'm in the mood for romance, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna keep looking through my romance and kind of see what I feel. So I do have When in Rome, which I feel like is more summary, but I'm already like pretty much halfway through the book. I feel like I could fly by it today and just like get another book kind of on my like completed list because I don't have that many days left to read books. I've like not DNF'd it, but I've just kind of like put it down every time. Like, it's not really kept my attention. It's so cute though. Like, I do enjoy it. I'm just gonna kind of start reading and see which one sticks the most, and we'll call that a day. So I decided to kind of finish When in Rome because honestly I just wanted something that I knew was going to be light and easy. So yesterday I probably read about 50 pages of When in Rome last night. I am still in the mood for like a fantasy, but the romance is kind of overpowering it, and I feel like I have no fantasies I'm super interested in right now. So I picked up When in Rome, and I'm honestly enjoying it. I have 100 pages or so left, so this will be a great way to get my reading goal up, as well as just kind of reading. I have had the urge to read all day. I had opened this morning. It was like 6 a.m. and I have therapy in a little while, so I'm probably going to read until I have my therapy. So we are reading When in Rome. Just finished When in Rome, so that means we have 2 more books left to finish before December's over to reach our reading goal. I don't know what the heck I want to read next, and I don't know if I can do it because Christmas and New Year's is coming up. I'm a little nervous. Okay, it's time to kind of do a little update on this reading vlog. So, last time you saw me, I think I was like indecisive on picking up a book. I don't really remember this reading vlog because it's been a few days and I've read a book and I picked up a few books since then because I did not know where to start. I finished When in Rome. I was a decent bit way through, but I picked it back up because I was like, I just want like a cutesy little small town romance that's relatively short and not going to be like super long. I finished this one. I am going to rate it, I think, like 3 stars or 4 stars. Yet again, it's not like a book that, oh my god, it's so crazy, it has such a good plot, but it's such a cute book that I still really enjoyed it, so to me that's still a good rating. This book like made me cackle out loud. This is my first Sarah Adams book. I really like the town, the setting. I like the pop star and like the kind of small town guy trope. It's like opposites attract. Love his pie shop. I love the sisters. I love the outside characters. I love everything about this book, but it, obviously to me, I just don't see these like as a potential for 5-star because I have been like thinking about it a lot, but I haven't been like, it's different from when I read other 5-star books. Like, I just know the plot is interesting, the plot is crazy. This right here was just a cute romance book that I kind of wanted to like finish for the rest of the year because I read halfway through of it already. I just wanted to finish it. It was such a slow burn. Like, if you guys saw the last update, like, this is like where the freaking romance joins. Like, oh my god, it's such a slow burn. But I think it definitely builds up good. It's good tension. It keeps you going still. I think the reason why I soft DNF'd it is just because I was in the middle of a book slump, so it was not the book itself. I think if I wasn't in a book slump at that time, I would have continued to read it all the way through and finished it in one setting. I enjoyed it, so it's like a 3 or 4. I don't quite remember what I put on GoodReads. I'll put it up on the screen right here. But I did really enjoy it, and I'm very happy that I finished it with the 2023 year being wrapped up. I'm very happy that I finished it. After I read this book, I picked up like 3 books. I picked up One Dark Window, Caraval, and I love fantasy. I want to read fantasy right now, but at the same time, none of them are like doing it for me. I think I just want romance. So I ended up going to the store for some last minute Christmas shopping, and I noticed that Target was having a buy one get 50% off, and I haven't bought a book in a really long time, so, besides my December Darling, but like I literally have not bought myself anything this year really for book wise, so I thought I would treat myself to a Christmas book because honestly that's kind of all I wanted to read. But I decided to pick up a book that I haven't really heard anyone talk about, maybe because her name is literally my name, and like I was intrigued by it, but I also thought the plot was very cute and I loved the cover. This is A Winter Wish by Emily Stone. I am only about 43 pages through. It's, for some reason, I struggle reading books that are written in 3rd person. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just do. It's taking me a little bit longer. I've also read this at times when I was a little distracted. Like, my boyfriend was kind of like watching a movie and I was like kind of intrigued with the movie, and then this morning he was watching soccer or something, so I was kind of like distracted at the same time, but it's still good, and I think I'm gonna try to finish it because I like don't have time to waste. This one right here is about our main character Theo, which is the guy, and then Lexi is the girl. And she basically kind of had, it's only been 40 pages, so not much is going on, but there's a lot that's kind of happened. So she's not very close with her dad. I think that her dad was in and out of her life. I'm not exactly sure the specifics of it quite yet, but I know that her dad was not part of her life. And she gets a call from her mom, and she's like, what, mom? Like, I'm like, she's at work or something, and she was like, your father died of cancer. She didn't even know he had cancer. Yeah, so basically she goes to the funeral, and this lady kind of comes up to her, and she's like trying to avoid everybody there because like she feels out of place because he kind of started a life with another family, and so she's kind of like just there, and everybody kind of knows that she's an odd child, or like the child that he kind of left to go start a new family with, like kind of like that. She gets approached by this lady who works with her dad for this like company, and she's like, you need to come by the office, we need to talk or whatever. And so she's like, okay. And so she goes by the office, and Basically, they said that in his will, he gave half of his company to her and half of it to Theo, and they need to work together for like a year, and if they make any profit, they can sell the company, obviously, and take any money that they made. But if they don't, they have to work there for like 5 years extra if they don't make any profit off of it. Theo and her are not getting along at all right now. I think Theo has like a different perspective of the relationship of her and her father, so he was like really close to the dad. So I think he's more like sees that she never picked up his phone call, so she's like, why does she deserve to like get some of the company, etc. She doesn't like him because he kind of like scoffed at her when she was leaving the funeral early and like didn't really say anything to anybody. I do like it, I just don't like this written in third person. That's just me, that's like a personal thing. But also like I feel like she's kind of like really making the hatred like cringy hatred, if that makes sense. Like very like, why is he looking at me all weird? Like it's very like dramatic, like relaxed, like it's not that big of a deal. I feel like there's so much hated and animosity towards one another that like there's nothing, they just met, like how could you hate someone so much right away? So that's kind of like bothering me, but I do think the storyline is going to be more than just a romance, it's to be at a deeper level, so I'm trying to give it a shot and still enjoy it. I know I literally look insane and this camera quality is not good because I literally didn't bring my camera to my dad's house for Christmas Eve because I didn't think I was going to need to film anything, because quite frankly, at the beginning of this book, I was like, I don't love this. Like, I'm not digging it, and I almost didn't finish it. And in the beginning, I think I filmed a little bit and kind of discussed, like, what my thoughts were. So in the beginning, it was, like, their hatred for each other was, like, I guess as the reader, I didn't know what the reasoning for their hatred was quite yet. But as the book went on, obviously I got to know like why they hated each other and like what it was. So then it made it less cringy and less unrealistic because the feelings that they had were very like reasonable and understandable. Somewhere today, I just binged this whole thing today. Like I literally only had like 60 pages, and then I tried to read yesterday, couldn't do it, took a 3-hour nap, because why not? And then today, I was like, I want to be more productive and not just sleep all day, so I want to read a book. So all day, since like 10 a.m., it's now going on 3, I read this book all day. And I'm obsessed with this book. I don't know how to describe the feelings. Like, I just feel so good, such good feelings about it. So in the beginning, like I said, it just felt very cringy, very like, oh, why are you hating each other? Like, you don't know each other like, at all. And you hate each other? Like, what's that about? Also written in third person. So I was kind of like, We started to get into like her working. So let me recap from the beginning because I'm just like there's so many thoughts right now. Her father dies. She goes to the funeral. That's where she meets Theo. Kind of like not a formal introduction, but that's where she meets Theo. And he like kind of scoffed at her for like leaving and was like, ugh. And she was like, excuse me? What are you? Hello, who are you? And I don't even know you. Then she got invited to go to her dad's work because of something they needed to talk about. Her dad left half the company to her and half the company to him, Theo. And she's like, sees Theo there, and she's like, oh, this is the guy that scoffed at me. Who are you? Why are you here? And he was being kind of like dismissive of her, didn't really care, and ultimately was like not believing in her that she could do the company, take over the company, anything to do with this company. So through this book, you see the relationship she had with her father. He kind of started another family without her. He kind of left her family and started a different family. My favorite parts about this book, I can't really tell what I cannot say about this book, but through this book, my favorite parts, I'll just say, I think the dad was not supposed to be a character that I liked. I'm not saying I love him or anything. I'm not saying that he's like somebody I think is a really great person, but like his story was like kept so alive through this book that he felt like he was alive. He felt like he was still there, and the way that they described like all the different feelings from different people that they had about him just made me kind of like see him from so many different perspectives and like kind of piece together like what his wrongs were, how he tried to fix them, and like all of that. And also, I don't know why, but I do know why, I'm a hopeless romantic. The relationship between Theo and Lexi, like their like romance, I really dug it. Like I really liked it. Like all of their scenes, it was just like I was pleased. And it wasn't like a slow burn like where When in Rome was like, this is how much romance you get. No, like it was like pretty evenly distributed throughout the whole book. Like, I just ate it up. I wanted them to be together so bad. I wanted them to do things. I wanted them to, like, be so romantic and, like, tell each other how they felt. Like, I just wanted it to work. I think that this kind of, like, got me emotional at times because obviously it's dealing with grief and that. And I just really enjoyed this book. In the beginning, I was like, oh, like the first 60 pages, I was like, I don't like this. I do not like this. I also don't know if it's like I said, because when I was reading the book in the beginning, I was kind of doing other things, or like other things are happening around me. So maybe I was just having a more difficult time like connecting with it because like I was kind of distracted. I'm not quite sure, but I really did love this book. I don't know if I want to give this a 5-star. I kind of want to give it a 4. Me disliking the beginning a little bit kind of doesn't make it a 5-star for me because it wasn't as enjoyable as it could have been. Okay guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that there was a missing clip in this video where it was like me kind of reviewing halfway through my thoughts for One of Us is Dead, and I cannot find it anywhere. I'm so sorry. So it's kind of going to be short ending for the end of this video, but I did do a wrap up of my thoughts, but you kind of missed the middle thoughts of it. I can't really remember what I was saying, but I think I was just kind of saying how I was really entertained and it was going by fast and I really liked it. And I didn't realize she was the author of Perfect Marriage as well, so it's making me want to read it as well. But yeah, my dog's barking. I'm sorry. I was editing this video and I realized that that clip is missing. Okay guys, last night I finished One of Us is Dead. Second I got back from the concert, or the comedian show, I literally had to finish this because I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was so good. I did predict all the plot twists and everything throughout the whole story, but I do think that it overall was like entertaining and kept me like wanting to read more just because of how silly the plot line is. So I did go ahead and rate this one 4 stars. I'm kind of leaning between like a 3 and a 4. I also met my reading goal last night, so I'm so happy and so excited. It's the first year that I met the reading goal. So yeah. So I thank you guys for reading and coming along with me this year on finishing some books. Hopefully you got to meet your reading goal, and if you didn't, there's always next year, and it's always fun to just read. As long as you're reading, that's really all that matters. So thank you guys for tuning in on this journey with me, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye guys!